Hi, my name is Megan, and it has been 2 years since I uploaded anything to this channel. Almost 2 years. March of 2019 was my last video, and I wasn't missed, and that's fine. The whole point of this channel was for me to upload little memory capsules so that I could come back and watch them like later on, and that's exactly what happened. I watched my January 2019 time capsule, and I was like, yeah, that was the whole point. So we're gonna try it again, and who's to say? Um, I apologize because I'm filming on my laptop, and the quality is horrible, horrible. And like this is the sun, just streaming in from the windows, so like not complaining, but also maybe we'll just pretend that this is a good omen. We'll just keep the good omen right here. That's gonna be our friend for the rest of the video. So yeah, I watched my January 2019 time capsule, and the girl I was 2 years ago was full of energy, and I guess that hasn't really changed. I'm exactly the same, and as I get into this, I'll be just as babbly and weird as I was 2 years ago, so that's great. You're welcome to go back and watch that video, but it's not required for this video. In 2 years, a lot has changed, and almost nothing has changed. I'm still living in the same place. You see my pack rat collection behind me. Books, movies, shows, pop figures, everything that I like. Just out for me to see at all times. I'm still living in the same place. I still have, still living with my family. I'm still doing all of those things. So that is all the same. Things that have changed. Last time I talked to you, I was working as a sales clerk at a jewelry store. I am no longer. I am now a salary gal. Okay. Which is good. It's more stable, more steady, both income and like schedule, 9 to 5. So it's easier. It's just easier. I enjoy what I do. It's a lot of fun. We're making some big changes at work, so it's a learning curve, but I like taking on new challenges that way, so it'll be good, I think. Last time I talked to you, we had a dog and a cat. We have since lost both of those. We lost our cat 2 Thanksgivings ago, so the Thanksgiving of 2019. I think she was like 18, and it was just, she was doing fine, and then all of a sudden she wasn't doing fine. And we lost our dog last October. Again, she was doing fine, and then all of a sudden she wasn't doing fine. And she was only 10, so it, Zoe kind of took us by surprise, and yeah. So, but in the last couple of weeks, we have gained a new fuzzy. He is a cat. He is 1 year old. We rescued him from our local humane society, and he is not a kitten, but like not a mature cat yet, so he's in that weird teenage phase. It's fine. He came with a name, right? And we did not like the name, so we changed the name, and then we changed the name again, and then I think we changed the name a third time, and then anyway, we've decided that his name is Tybalt, as in Romeo and Juliet, Juliet's cousin, because he's kind of a fierce character in a good way. Like, he's such a sweet, soft boy, except when he's not. He's a sharp boy, so it's good. They call Tybalt the Prince of Cats in the play, and our Tybalt, has a very like princely attitude sometimes, so the name actually fits him really well. But we also can shorten it down and call him Tibbs, which is great because he actually kind of looks like the Tibbs from the animated 101 Dalmatians Disney movie a little bit. So it all works. It all just came together beautifully. So yeah, we have one fuzzy, which is great. He's still new to us, so We're still figuring out the nuances of his personality, but he's good. So yeah, that's really all that's changed, really, in my life. I hope you guys are okay. I hope, well, I mean, I'm sure everybody's tired of talking about the disaster that is this pandemic, but it, I hope the best for everybody and everything and for the future. I myself have been extraordinarily lucky. Um, I won't go over the details, but I'm thankful for how lucky I've been through this. Um, yeah, I'm not going to talk about the pandemic because it's a downer, so never mind. Let us jump into cross stitch because this is my number one hobby. I use this platform, this area to create little capsules of hobbies and stuff that I did this month. So, cross stitching is still my number one hobby. It's my number one love. Um, so I'm just gonna show you some completed works that I finished. I was talking about them 2 years ago in my January video, and they are since complete. So we're gonna go over those, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm stitching on now. So cross stitch. Am I right? In my video, I was showing you pieces that I was stitching on and I was hoping to finish that year. So I'm going to show you the completed pieces. The first one that I talked about was Cirque de Triangle from Ink Circles. Okay, it's not framed. I have a finished cross stitch drawer where they all just get folded and shoved in the drawer. So I'm sorry, it's wrinkly. But again, we have this good omen here. It's fine. We're not going to talk about the state of the stitches right now. But here is the finished Cirque de Triangle. Cirque de Triangle. I think I probably started stitching this, I don't want to say 10 years ago, but somewhere in that ballpark point. And it was the first time I had ventured into dark fabric. It's an Aida. And I wanted it to have like that neon. Hey, I mastered it. Look at that neon. I wish I had made the center part pink and not mint green. But other than that, I think it's okay. I don't know what I'm going to do. Excuse me, Omen. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. My father has promised my mother and I a gallery wall for us to hang our finished cross stitches, which is nice of him. But that's Cirque de Triangle, and it took me years. But, well, I finished it, which was great. And I finished it in the time that I had hoped to finish it, which is even better. The next one that I was talking about in my 2019 video was I was stitching on the Birthstone Girls from Soda Stitches. And I had shown you awkwardly the January Garnet Girl still on the fabric. So since then I have fully finished all of them. I fully finished them on my own in a controversial way. So here she is. Here's Garnet. I clearly didn't center her properly. Hey, first try, not bad, right? So the fabric is stuck to acid-free like sticky board, and then this little frame I got from Michael's. She's fully finished, but I still want to like add stuff to it because she's kind of boring. Isn't she pretty? And it's so nice. So I swap them out every month so that one of them is always sitting on my desk, and you can't see the sparkles in the thread, but there, can you? Omen, light the way. No, you can't. Anyway, so she's about to go away for a while, and then Amethyst is going to come out, but I thought I'd show her to you. I know it's not a great quality of finish, but I'm pretty proud of the finish though. Just saying. And they're all finished exactly that way, so they're the same size, the same everything, and I store them in acid-free tissue paper, and I, whenever I change my calendars over, I just change out the girls too. So, yeah, it was fun. It was cute. They were easy stitches, really easy. The next one that I talked about was Quotes to Live by Tiny Modernist. I was talking about in the video about how I was going to try and beat my mother to finish it, and I smoked her. I don't even know if she's done. I'm sure she is done, but it took her much longer. Sorry, Mom. So that's the finished Quotes to Live by Tiny Modernist. Again, this is an Aida fabric, a dark Aida fabric. I love Tiny Modernist's designs. She does such a good job, and she's Canadian, and I'm Canadian. So, I don't know. I'm sure you've seen this all over the place, but I don't even know if I have a favorite quote. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to take these out and look at them every now and then because, again, they are sitting peacefully waiting to be properly framed in my project drawer. So that is Quotes to Live By. The last one that I showed you in January of 2019 was my Zodiac, it's a Zodiac Sal, and it is by Clouds Factory. Pretty sure it's Clouds Factory. Ooh. This is the one where I did all of the borders in like gold treasure braid. And I beaded. So beading, I love beading. Treasure braid. This is a family show. There's the Zodiac. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I can get you up close and personal to at least one of them. So see the treasure braid, and then all the little stars and their eyes are all beaded all around. So like these stars here in the constellation, they're beaded. It was a lot of fun. It was really pretty. I was all proud of myself for having it done, and then I forgot that I had to do these little corners. These things. Ugh, so I had to go back and pull back out my treasure braid, suffer through the corners, not because the corners are bad, but because they are treasure braid. So those were all of the finishes that I was talking about. No, those are all of the finishes that I had finished that I was talking about when I was originally stitching them. Yeah, I don't know. That sentence was a disaster. They're all done. All of the ones that I was talking about in the video are done, are finished. Well done, me. And then last year, 2020, okay, I have a very structured stitching style, and some people think I'm crazy, but it works for me. When I just kind of choose a project to stitch on, I get so overwhelmed. So if I break it down and I schedule times to stitch on things, it's just way easier for me. So in 2020, I had started a HAID. I had started the Stitching Shelf by, I want to say, Amy Stewart. And then what else was I stitching on? I think I definitely started the Cricut collection from like the monthly Cricuts. They're the months of the year, like January, designed by Cricut, Cross-eyed Cricut. Oh shoot! I forgot to show you this. I finished this. Ooh, it has like all of these little specialty stitches. Look at these roses. Excuse me. Crushed it. Sorry, yeah, I meant to show you this and then I got busy talking about other things, but it's not that big. I needed a little project to practice my specialty stitches because I have a chatelaine in my stash that I would like to start someday, but I wanted a little practice. So I think this was in just cross stitch over the course of a couple of issues. And I think it would have been in later 2019 because I was still working at the jewelry store. And I got my new job last, like 2019 September. Yes. So I finished this in 2019 as well. I'm sorry. 2020, HAID and Cricuts And I know there's something else, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it was that I started in January. I want to say that I only had two, but I'm most likely lying to you. So I'm not going to show you those because I'm actually still stitching both of them. So I'll show you now because I'm going to talk about what I'm stitching now. So for January, for 2021, I have four, again, 4 and maybe 5 razor focus projects because that's just what I do. By the looks of it, I won't finish any of them this year, which is crushing, but it is what it is. So I keep track of my stitching in a calendar like this. It's like a just cheap little dollar store, like monthly calendar. So I use designated washi tape to show, you know, like when I stitched on what. Some of them are sparkly. Hello. So I have 4 that I stitched on this month. So I started off the year stitching on January from the Cricut collection. And I think my goal last year was to stitch at least 2 letters a month. And I made that for January. I made that goal. And this year, my goal is really just to stitch 1 because, you know, I know that they're going to take a while and some of them are going to take longer than others, and it's fine. I've resigned myself to the fact that it's going to be a long haul project to do all 12. So I ordered all of these things. How do I want to word this? I ordered the materials, the fabric and the pattern, way in advance, and then started it January 1st, 2020, and by the time I started the first Cricut, I had purchased all the materials for all of them, and I wish I hadn't done that because I hate the fabric, and that means I hate the fabric on all of them because it's the same fabric, it's just different color. Same count, same everything. I don't even remember what it is, in all honesty, but I hate it. Hate it. But it's okay. So here's where I am at. Oh, what are you doing in there? No, thank you. Bye-bye. I did needle in there. Anyway, so here's where I am. G-A-A-N-U. So I stitched the 3, I stitched January, little angel. I stitched the A and the N last year, and then I stitched the U this year. So pretty good progress, I think. 4 letters. I have 3 left. Oh my god, is it going to take me 3 more years to stitch? No. 2022, I think I will make finishing the Cricuts top priority. But there's just, you know, there's just so many things that I love to stitch. So that is the Cricut collection. I do have little Ipsy makeup bags that go with each project. Pretty good, right? Same kind of mint color. Okay. Has nothing to do with January. It just matches the color of the fabric. I have a large like color collection for the Cricuts. I didn't buy every one over again, so like a couple patterns have the same color. I just rotate those colors through the patterns. I don't buy them new every time because who has that kind of money? That being said, I would one day love to purchase the entire DMC collection. Last time I looked it up online in American prices, it was like $500. I was like, ooh, ugh. Want, but not that badly. So that is my January Cricut. I don't think I stitched on it very long. I didn't. I stitched on it the first weekend of January, so the 1st and 2nd. Friday, Saturday. That was it. That's all I stitched on it for. And I finished the letter in 2 days, so okay, crushed it. The next one that I started, back in my 2019 video, I talked about, I was keeping my eye on some Gecko Rouges, 4 in particular. I saved up enough money and I purchased all four. I I'm so excited. Gecko Rouges are tricky because like they're full coverage and I already have two Hades that I'm working on, so now I have three full coverage pieces that I'm stitching on. But the Gecko Rouges are a little different because at least the section that I stitched on this month was like just 3 shades of beige, which moves a lot faster, but it's also like, that's a lot of beige. I like the Gecko Rouge kits. I especially love their patterns. They have such nice quality patterns, so I'm not gonna show you the one that I'm stitching on yet, but they come in like this nice little bound book, and you can take this plastic thing off and just like look at the pages that you want. So, and I don't want to show you the pattern, but like it's big, like it's easy to read, it's nice and big, it's beautiful. So, Sandra Vargas is an artist on Gecko Rouge, or she has her work on Gecko Rouge, I should say. And there are 4 of her pieces that are seasonal owls. And I bought all 4. So the one that I'm stitching on right now is the winter owl. Like, look at this, all beige. I haven't hit the owl yet. That Sandra Vargas is not there. It is just all beige. So I stitched an entire page. I had a page finish of just beige. It comes on this easy grid fabric. I hate it. I hate easy grid fabric, and I'm worried because it's red lines and I stitched in beige, so I hope the red comes out and doesn't bleed into the I've never stitched with the red lines, so I'm worried. I think before I start the next one, I'm going to wash the fabric first and see if I can get the lines a little bit fainter for when I'm stitching them. I don't know. I'm just worried. Like, I would hate to do all of that work and then have it stain. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so this is a full page of straight up beige, and you can, like, you see what I mean? You can see these red lines through. Not okay. I bought the matching needle minder for each and every single one of them. And then I have this little sleepy owl because isn't he the cutest? I'll accept the fabric. When I'm stitching, the thread gets caught in this like hat. That's okay. Anyway, so, and they're smaller than I thought they were. Like, they're not that big. And here's the other thing that's annoying me is that the magic grid is 20 by 20, not 10 by 10. So 4 squares fit in 1 square. So like, it's not easy. It's not magic. It's harder. It's harder because I'm like, I don't. How is this in relation to the gridding? And then the lines take up 2 full rows of stitches. So like, how does that? Where's that? I'm figuring it out. It's been fun. It's easy stitch because it's just straight up beige. So I'll stitch on him again this month. I'll stitch on him until spring starts, and then I'll start the spring owl, which I'm super excited for. They're all really cute. Except they all have beige backgrounds. So it's just going to be pages and pages and pages of beige. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. You get a lot of work done when you're only stitching in one color. And I stitched on him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. So I got a page finish in 7 stitching days. He's like this really pretty dark blue sparkle. Heck yes. The next one that I stitched on, I love Tiny Modernist, but she screws me up all the time because I had 3 projects I was focusing on. The Cricket, the Hade, and the Gecko Rouge, and then she came out with that beautiful Zodiac Sowl, and I needed it, so I got it. So I'm stitching also the Zodiac Sowl. I had ordered some fabric from a local needle store, and it was taking 1,000 years to get here. So I called the store and I said, I want to start this project. Where's my fabric? And they were like, oh, we're still waiting for it from the States. And I said, okay, not a problem. Do you have anything similar? So I had purchased a darker kind of sky fabric type thing, and I ended up going for a lighter one because I could get it faster. I don't hate it, so we're fine. We're totally fine. And I managed to finish it before Aquarius started. Her patterns come out on the first of the month, but like Aquarius, she almost has it like 1 month shifted from how I understand it. So the primary, for me at least, the primary zodiac of January is actually Capricorn, because like Aquarius doesn't change, it doesn't turn into Aquarius until the 22nd, which is more than halfway past the month. So she started the Aquarius on the 1st, and I was like, okay, I get that. Like, you're starting in January, Aquarius happens in January, I get it. But I was just like, okay, I've just got to like wrap my brain around the fact that it's okay. It's it's, I'm not complaining. It's just her patterns are beautiful. I have way too much fabric for the pattern, but that's Aquarius. I'm sure you've. Oh, I'm so sorry that my quality is so crappy. I'm filming on my laptop, which I just dropped yesterday, so I'm hoping it's gonna be okay. But there she is, Aquarius. This border is beautiful, but it is gonna kill me. And I got the circle ready for the next one, so I can just pop that in there. The needle minder I have is not related to the zodiac at all. Didn't have the time to purchase a needle minder. He's just the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. Like, the fabric is huge. Excuse me. Huge. But it's all good. It's all good. So that is the Zodiac Sal from Tiny Modernist. I just threw that in the wrong pile. Come back. Oh, I don't have a project bag for the Gecko Rouge because the threads come in one of those like thread keep things with the symbols, because they don't use DMC colors. They use their own. They use DMC threads, but they don't use DMC numbers. But this is the project bag I'm using for this Zodiac Sal, and I think it's the same project bag I used for the Clouds Factory one. But hey, reduce, reuse, recycle. So, yes. But I won't finish it this year because she actually has 13 parts. So it won't be done until next February, probably. Which maybe you'll see if I'm able to keep up with this. I'm going to make 0 promises. I stitched on Aquarius for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight days. That's this one. 6 straight days. Good. I was worried I wasn't going to finish her in time, but I finished her just in time. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my HAIDs. I have 2. I started the stitching shelf in January of last year. And I did that thing that I do where I abandon the project. But I don't, it's not that I don't love it. I still love the project. But I started in the bottom right corner as opposed to the top left, because it goes from blue to orange to pink to green, and I like pink. So anyway, that's what I've got. I don't know if you can even see the details. It's the side, and like, it's really pretty, and I do still want to stitch it, so I have to think of a reason. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, and I have everything still like parked. It's been parked for a while. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get back to it. I promise that I will. But anyway, it's all of the fabric is also like just crammed in this what are these called? What are those called? What are they called? Grime? Whatever. You know what they are. And then I had my birthday in July of last year, July 2020, and HAID released a new pattern, and I fell madly in love. Like, madly in love with this pattern. I have never fell so hard for a pattern in all of my time stitching, which has been more than half my life. Um, I want to show you the full picture. So hopefully I can figure out a way to put the whole picture in. It's called June Blooms. I can't remember the artist's name, but she's stunning. Stunning. Anyway, so I picked out this really nice buttery fabric. It's not white, it's like an off pink. You know, like I wanted to start off on a good foot so that I would love stitching on this for the entire time that it takes to stitch. I hate. Look! Look what I did! I didn't stop. Look at me! I'm so proud. This is a full page and I'm almost on a second page. Excuse me, third time's a charm. It's a lot of green, and I hate green. I hate green, but the actual girl is like somewhere over here. She's so beautiful. She's beautiful. So, email. It's just so pretty. I'll show her. And I'm not sick of it, which is apparently an ever-present problem with me and Hades. So that is, sorry, I only stitched on her 2 days this month. 3 days. I stitched on her 3 days. 1, 2, 3. If I have some time left over today, it's the 29th of January today. I'll stitch on her today as well, but we'll see. So those are my projects that I have stitched or am stitching on. Next month, it's going to be more or less the same thing. So these capsules are going to be pretty repetitive because it's going to be like, here's my update on the geckos, and here's my update on the zodiac cell, and here's my update on the crickets, and you know what I mean? Like the geckos will change and the crickets will change, but you know, not really. So, yeah, those are all of my cross stitch projects. So if you're not interested, I'm going to talk about books and other things. So if you're not interested in anything like that, thank you so much for joining me for talking about cross stitch. Hopefully I'll see you next month, and enjoy your stitching time. I love reading, but I'm a pretty slow reader. I finished a book. I had a book that bled over from December that I finished in January. I read a whole book in January, and I started a new book in January. So I have 3 like physical books, and then I started listening to audiobooks, which is new for me. So that's super exciting. So the book that moved over from last year was The Unexpected Consequences of Love. This is one of those ones where I just kind of walked into a used bookstore and I judged the book by its cover. Hasn't led me wrong yet. This was a great read. I really love her writing style. It's set in England, so you do get little hints of that British humor. The main character, Sophie, is determined not to fall in love. Stuff happened in her past. She doesn't want to fall in love. But it's a romance novel, so you know, and I do like Sophie. I like her attitude towards everything. She's very, you know, she's just very mature about everything that happened to her. And the main love story between her and her beau is cute. Sometimes I kind of thought the male lead went a little too far. Like if I was Sophie, I'd be like, you need to back off. I told you I wasn't interested. Whatever. It's good. There's also an additional love story in here of Sophie's best friend Tula, which, I mean, was predictable as heck, but soft and fluffy, so not even angry about it. So Tula has a super cute love story in this one, and there's a third love story in this one, which has to do with an older couple sort of reconnecting, which was really quite beautiful. And it, you know, it's set on like a beachfront somewhere in the UK. It's in England. Somewhere in England. They tell you exactly where. St. Carrie's. It's good. If you want like a soft, fluffy, predictable rom-com, here you go. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. So definitely this one. Do like. I also read The Finder by Will Ferguson. Did not like. I rented it from my library, so I don't have the physical book to show you, but I did not like that book. And it was well written, and I think like the story was good, but I was expecting something completely different, and it was not what I wanted. I finished it. It was, like I'm sure there was some moral to the story or whatever, but I didn't like it. I thought it was going to be, based on the description and the title, I thought it was going to be more of like an adventure story about finding artifacts, which is right up my alley. But it wasn't that. It was like a lot of really weird vignettes that are connected by one guy, but you don't know anything about him or who he is or where he's from or, you know. So I finished it because I always feel obligated to finish stuff, I always kind of hope that maybe the last couple pages will be better, but I did not like it. But it's not the book's fault. It's just I expected something completely different and I didn't get what I wanted. Then I started reading. The next book that I'm reading I also don't like, but again, I'm going to finish it because I'm going to finish it. It's another one that I just sort of went into the bookstore and I was like, I'll let it pull me. Now, I didn't judge it by its cover, but I judged it by its author. And I was like, you know what, this could be interesting. Let's see what it's all about. So it's Elixir by Hilary Duff. Okay. Yeah, I don't love it. I'm almost halfway through. Oh, I'm more than halfway through. Oh, okay. Well, I was like, I'm only halfway through, and I'm sure the story's going to pick up in the second half, but it is the second half, and it has not. I don't really know. I don't know how it ends, so more on that. But it's just kind of like, it's not Hilary Duff's character. The character is Clea. I don't know, her dad went missing, presumed dead, and she's got to find him, and it had something to do with the elixir of life, but then there's like some mystery man who I assume has used the elixir in the past. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but it's a fast and easy read, and the font is huge, so I'm flying through it. And then that'll be that. So don't know yet. So far, I don't really know what I was expecting. I really just picked it up because it was Hilary Duff, and I was like, is there anything that she hasn't done? I'll let you know. I listened to 2 audiobooks this month. I finished one and started another, and it's a series that was recommended to me by one of my best friends, Emily. It's the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett. Terry Pratchett co-wrote Good Omens with Neil Gaiman, and I love the book and I love the show. So I was like, sure, why not? Let's listen to the Discworld, and it is amazing. It is amazing. Usually I really like to read books that have some sort of romantic subplot, which might be another reason why I really didn't like The Finder. But this has no romantic subplot, but I'm loving every second of it. It's just it's fantasy. It's fantasy, almost sci-fi. And I don't know, like Terry Pratchett does such a good job of building this world in the first book, and then now that I'm reading the second one, his world isn't adjusted to fit his story. His story still fits into the world, and the humor in this and the writing style is so good. And the narrator who reads the version on Audible, it's an older audio clip, so it's a little crackly, but I can't judge quality because look at this. But the narrator does a great job. He does such a good job. He brings the characters to life. It's good. It focuses on a failed wizard, Rincewind. At least the first 2 books do. I'm sure that it sort of moves around in this world a little bit moving forward, but the first 2 books so far have been about Rincewind and just a disaster of an experience, really. He just keeps getting sucked into these scenarios where it's like, dang, dude, that is not a fun place to be. So The only complaint I have about the book so far, especially the first one, is there was one one female character. Everybody else was male. Rincewind, the person that he's with, everybody that they came across. Oh no, there's two. Well, there were two female characters. But still, very underrepresented in the female department. So far, the second book has already had two, and I'm not even that far into it, so doing better, collecting some more ladies. I'm liking it, but it's good and it's nice to listen to. Like I don't know if I could sit down and read it, but listening to it is definitely very enjoyable. So if you are interested in like sci-fi fantasy, they're short. I think the audio files are about 6 hours each, which is pretty short. Well, maybe not short, maybe medium length, but they're very good. They go very fast. I'm also rewatching Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries. I think it might be my favorite show ever. This is now the third time I'm watching the show. I got the whole collection for Christmas, including the movie that was released last year. I just love the show. I wish there were more seasons than just three. I think the actress Essie Davis, who plays Phryne, is amazing, and Nathan Page, who plays Detective Inspector Jack Robinson, is such a babe. I don't know why. I'm so in love with this man. But yeah, I know I talked about this. I was watching my January video from 2019, and I was talking about Miss Fisher in that one, and I was like, wow, some things just never change. And here I am watching it again. So I highly recommend Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries. I haven't watched the modern one. I don't really want to. I don't want it to taint the one that I love. You know what I mean? I'm sure I will at some point. Miss Fisher's Modern Mysteries, I think is what it's called. But I don't want to taint the original. I also want to get my hands on the books. I can't find them anywhere, so I don't want to listen to an audiobook because I want to just like actually read the books, but I have to find them. They're Australian, so I don't. Whatever, they're gonna cost a fortune. I'll get my hands on them eventually. Last time I had showed you my bullet journal, which, uh, yep. But now it's different. I went from having one planner to having about four. Don't ask me why. Again, I'm not going to justify or defend myself. It brings me joy, and yeah. So I have four planners this year. I have one specifically for work. I have one. I still have a bullet journal. I have one, like 5 year journal, and I have one just everyday planner. I don't know what to show you first. I'll show you my work planner first. So I have this cute cover for my work. It's so tiny and cute. I think it's an A6 size. But here's the cover for my planner. Inside is a Hobonichi original in English. So if you don't know what Hobonichi is, it's a Japanese planner. And it's like the perfect planner. Sorry, controversial statement, but the paper is like really thin. It almost feels like receipt paper, but it's really durable. I mean, I've ripped it a couple times, but you really have to try. It has very little bleed through. I'm trying to sell you a Hobonichi, and I shouldn't because they're very expensive, but they're worth it in my opinion. So this small one I use for work. It just kind of has a monthly section where you can talk about, have all of your stuff for work. This sticker kit is from Mandy Lynn Plans. All of my sticker kits are from Mandy Lynn Plans. I love Mandy Lynn Plans. Yep. So that's the January sticker kit that I chose for work. And then it has the A6 size has daily pages. So each page is its own day. So you get like 365 pages for daily stuff, and I use these for my daily to-dos for work, like just little checklists and stuff. So I really like this for work. I like the fact that each day is on its own, because if I have like if I have to look at a full week at work, I get so overwhelmed and I start to do stuff that I shouldn't be doing. So if I do it day by day, I just have to focus on what I'm doing that day. You know what I mean? So it's easier for me for work to have this one. So that's what I'm using for work. and I just really like putting stickers in. I have the February monthly done, but I'm not going to show you because it's not February yet. For my personal everyday planner, my ride or die is is honestly my soulmate of planners. I have it in this cover. I got this cover. I got both of these covers from Etsy shops, but different shops. This, my everyday ride or die soulmate planner, is the cousin, Hobonichi cousin. So same thing. It's the bigger sister of this one. Same thing, same paper, same everything, except the cousin has a section for your year, your month, your week, and your day. Okay, and I use them all for different things. I have, you know, like these are really cool because they have pockets, so you can just kind of put whatever you want in these pockets, stickers, decals, whatever. I have my name on it. Yeah, so it has like a yearly thing like this. Then it has a yearly thing like this, which I've been using as a habit tracker. I am crushing it for January. Thank you. Thank you. It has a monthly calendar. Again, this is a Mandy Lynn Plans kit. Then it has weeklies, which are so nice. So this is the first week of January. This is the second week of January. Third. This is this week. I'm filming this on Saturday. I'm over here somewhere. So I like that. I like just kind of planning out my weeks and figuring out what I have coming up. I have the next week of February done, but I'm not going to show you. And then it has daily pages, which I'm not going to show the camera because I use it for personal journaling, and sometimes I use them for sticker dumps, but it's nice because you get a full page every day to just write whatever you want on the page, and it's nice to just sit down at the end of the day and write about your day and check off all the things that you did and make sure that you did all the things that you planned to do, and it's good. It's been really good for me. It's really helped me just through sad times, I guess. You know. Oh, I have a tea. Oh, this whole time I had a beverage. I'm so parched. Been filming for an hour. Did not remember that I had. Now it's not hot anymore. But it's not cold. So we're moving forward. I have a 5-year journaling kind of planner. Again, it's a Hobonichi. What's my favorite planner brand? Couldn't tell you. This is so nice. It has like a really creamy, sturdy. It almost feels like the cover almost feels like a Bible cover. I don't know if you've ever like felt a Bible cover. I did years and years ago, but it's very just nice and sturdy and creamy. And then it has a page for every day of the year and a section for 5 years. So I'm using this as a memory keep. So then when I come back and enter all of this stuff next year, I'll be reminded what I did on all of these days, you know, from last year and then stuff like that. And it smells really pretty too. I love planners. I just like writing stuff down. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Even when I was in university, I would never take my laptop to class because I would always take a paper and pen and write my notes because I just like writing stuff. It's better for my thought process, I guess. Yeah, that's only 3 planners. I have one more. I have a bullet journal. This bullet journal is an Archer and Olive bullet journal. Sparkly. The theme that I went with for my bullet journal this year was the zodiac. I'm not artistic. I'm really not artistic. I'm more of a collager. So like my title page is a collage. You know, I have stickers and like a little quotes page. Here's my January. Oh, I found this really pretty pink. It's got like dandelion fluffs, just kind of wishing for a better year. Yeah, and then I use this also kind of as a memory keep in a more creative way. So I just kind of write down like what I was watching, reading, and stitching that week, and I put my book reviews in here. And here's 2 more of my weeks, and then I did a spread. I did an Aquarius spread because an Aquarius happened. Look at this thing that my brother drew. What's her name? Uranus the 11th. He drew that and gave it to me. What a champion. 2 more book reviews, and then I have a January review, and then my February starts the next page. So I use my bullet journal just like I love the Hobonichis, but they're very structured, which is great. So I keep a bullet journal just so that I can still do something creative. I feel like I have some, I could be a little bit more fluffy with it. I don't know. That's not the right word. You know what I mean, though. Like structure versus creativity is really what the difference is. So those are my planners. And that is it for January. What a great review. Thank you for spending time with me. Special thanks to the Good Omen, who's just been pleasantly blinding the audience for however long this video is. I'm pretty sure it's the sun. Oh, you know what? It's my light. It's my light. Shoot, here I was being like, woo, sunshine, but it is 100% my ceiling light. Whatever. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good February. I hope I can still upload something in February. Future me, have a good February. Merry February. Happy birthday to all the Aquariuses. Happy birthday to the future Pisces. I have an Aquarius in my life. I have a couple Aquariuses in my life. So happy birthday to all you fabulous Aquariusi. And yeah. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.